Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The first channel that we're looking at today is a longtime friend. He's been with us for years now. Wayne's World Unlimited comes to us from the UK. This creator typically brings a lot of outdoor content, sometimes with a story to be told, but often a look around his area. And this creator does one thing unique in the Superchat family. Often we see things like bloopers and outtakes sprinkled throughout people's videos. Wayne's World Unlimited will often bring us a separate outtake video to go along with his long-form content. This creator also has done really well with shorts, getting into 8,000, 10,000, even 13,000 views. One of them approaching 250,000 at 244,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams are an experiment. They've tried one out a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. We have notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content as we can as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Wayne's World Unlimited. This creator is working on 900 subscribers. They're literally going to have it any minute, possibly today. I'm hoping we can push them up and over that exciting milestone. And the Numismaniac is dropping a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto our wheel as soon as, onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we'll get to spinning the wheel in another moment here. I've already got quite a few names on there. Scratch and PPA, Michael's Adventures, Canadian Family Life are all up at the top of the wheel. I'm going to add just Jason, Keto, and more in there. They're all beloved and dedicated moderators. Butler Family Farm was just live. They ended a half an hour ago or so. They're on there with Greenland Quilter Katie and Bell's Whisper Farmstead all early in the door. PK Adventure Travels and Lewis Acre Farm Karma are with us almost every day. Reality Slots with KC is fairly new, along with Crafty Witch 232, but they've been here many times already, and the Bud Files has been with us for what I think is about 4 years now. It's got to be close. I know there's many more channels in the chat, and Marketplace Boutique is here. That's Jody. Tampa's Creek Homestead and more is back. MLY Bird Farm is a longtime friend as well. It's good to have you here. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More's been with Superchat since the beginning, about 4.5 years ago. And then Twin Brook Acres along with YT Dark Gaming is here. That's Jory. He's changed his name a few times, but we know and love that creator. He's been with us years as well. Zen Sleep Studio is somebody who's fairly new, but it's good to have you back in the chat. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody, but as long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Strange Dog Comic Stuff, good to see you in the house. And Cooking and Vibing with T has done this before. They're dropping a super chat again, and for that reason we'll put their channel up right after the Numismaniac for exactly the same reason, and then we'll get to spinning our wheel shortly. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at the creator that's on the screen right now, this is the Numismaniac from Edmonton, Alberta. I see they got a brand new video here. Some counterfeit toonies, my dear goodness. I'm going to put this video into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. The Numismaniac is going to talk to us about numismatic collectible coins, currencies, precious metals, and other collectibles of value. They are now well over 1,000 subscribers. They've actually got that nice and locked in with about 1,030. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,100 that we know that they're thinking about. There's a lot of history on this channel, and recently they did a giveaway series where they were doing daily videos, and then this creator's also got some shorts here that have gotten into 500 and 800 views with some Canadian winter weather there. One short over 1,700, which is great to see. I think that one still trickles in views. They're live frequently, up to about a few months ago. They've got another project, actually. So over here, there's a lot of history, StreamYard panels. There's the Skipper, as he's known on his channel right there. A longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in Superchat. I think that he has been with us at least 3 years as well. Santa Claus, North Pole, Canada, is another channel that this creator has that brings a very special idea onto YouTube, where we can get messages to and from Santa Claus. And if you haven't already seen these, I'd recommend it. This channel is actually active all year, so that's why I'm showing it to you again now, even though Christmas just passed. But this creator actually is very community minded, if that makes any sense. You get that from the impression you get on the Numismaniac channel, but this creator keeps this active and actually does some work around the year, like Christmas in July, and it's a really unique concept, especially in the Superchat family, so I think it's great. And then some shorts over here as well have started to crack 1,000 views, and then live streams on the channel. They've done a few of those as well. So thank you again to the Numismaniac and Santa Claus North Pole, Canada for the Super Chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times before. And like I keep saying, we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we will get back to spinning the wheel shortly. So we're going to look at cooking and vibing with tea. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, Butler Family Farm was just finishing up their live stream when I got in there. It was Jerry and Susan again. They were talking about some giveaways actually happening on a few channels. Sorry I didn't catch it earlier. I literally just sat down to the computer and caught you for the last couple minutes there, and then Michael's Adventures dropped a premiere right before Tuber Chat as well. He's got fresh new content on his channel. Tales Told in the Dark is Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. She's been a friend of ours since the beginning. Awkward Quilter GA. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then oh yeah, Pug Mama Quilter. Yes, I was happy to catch her. I think that's the first time I've caught her for a live stream, but she's been in here several times over the last month or two. And then we had some more action here. Backyard Trucker is in the house, and Greenland Quilter Katie just dropped a gifted membership as well. So like I keep saying, we put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. So right after cooking and vibing with tea, I'm going to put Greenland Quilter up on the screen, and then we'll continue on. I feel like I missed another channel or two coming in. Lucy Warren's World is in the house. Intrepids is here. That's another longtime friend. And I don't mean to miss anybody. Janine's World is here. And then I'll keep an eye on the chat and see if I haven't missed another channel. There's Trish the Natural. She's another dear friend. And Rushing Wind Mountain Ruby is here with us just about every day as well. I will just get these couple of channels on the wheel, get my ducks in a row here, and then we'll talk about what Cooking and Vibing with Tea has got going on. A lot of delicious looking content on their channel, as we've already seen from some of the thumbnails, but when I start to dig through their videos, you're going to get an idea of how elaborate some of this is. This looks delicious, actually. I'm just going to grab something here. Everything on the channel. Look at the thumbnails they've got here. This stuff is just... oh, dear. I don't want to admit it. I just wolfed down some McDonald's on my way. I had to eat while I was driving. I was late, so I had to hurry. But looking at food like this, I'm like, oh, gosh, now I'm hungry already again. I'm just going to grab this interesting casserole recipe because it's got pizza in the title, and it looks unique. So I'm going to put that into that special playlist I talk about, my catch-up list to keep or get caught up with creators. Look at some of the elaborate things that they're doing on this channel. My dear goodness. And then shorts over here. Pardon me while I actually enjoy what I'm looking at here for a second and get distracted. They've got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 3,000, 6,000, 9,000, and 10,000 views. My goodness. Cooking and Vibing with T are longtime friends. They're well over 3,000 subscribers. And you know I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. 3,000 seems to be a pretty telling marker. You know, I expect every channel that wants to get to 10,000, but once somebody hits 3, it's pretty much guaranteed, just a matter of time, in my opinion. Greenland Quilter Katie's coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Scott is in the house. Controversial Cruising is here in the chat. And Big Homie, might be a brand new channel in the house. Good to see you here. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And they've got 74 subscribers right now, so we'll be looking forward to seeing what they got going on. And then thank you so much, Awkward Quilter GA. Pardon me, Awkward Quilter GA. I don't know why that's not rolling off the tongue so easy. Brock's Boys, good to see you in the house. Aaron and Jordan are back. They were here in the last live stream as well. And hopefully everybody's Christmas was good. I think, yeah, we were on one time after, right? We were on 2 days ago. And then, you know, hopefully everybody enjoys their new year. I know a lot of people will be setting up their celebrations and things like that. We will not stream tomorrow or Wednesday. And then I will, I forget if I've already got the next stream set up. When I was planning for that, but we'll figure that out. I might have made a mistake, but we'll have a look at that. I'll expect to stream likely on Thursday, likely on Sunday, but I'll keep those on the front page. Anybody can check anytime, and I usually post in advance. Today's had to move a little bit. So Greenland Quilter Katie is up on the screen right now, and like I said, we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Thank you again, the new Maniac. Thank you, Cooking and Vibing with T, for those super chats. Absolutely unnecessary. Always appreciated. Cooking and Vibing with T took over our stream boss position. That's the video game life meter under my camera there. Every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out takes over and gets some extra exposure for their channel, and they've held that position many times before. And then Greenland Quilter Katie came in and gifted a membership as well. Hopefully I got the channel that picked that up onto the wheel. If not, I'll keep an eye on the chat and get that done in a moment. But Greenland Quilter Katie is now working on 2,700 subscribers as well. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When I started watching this channel, they came into the Tuber Chat family right after they started putting these videos on. I think this one here might have been the first video that I saw from this creator, but I could be wrong. And then they have given us a beautiful bunch of views around Greenland. Icebergs, glaciers, they're usually on the water showing us beautiful mountains and other scenery. But then they start getting into quilting and the other things they're going to do on their channel, like this podcast. Pardon me. They've done a podcast many times. Lately, they've been doing these different haul videos as well, these shopping videos. Let me just take the latest one. I'll put that into my catch-up list here. Greenland Quilter Katie's just been with us a few months, but incredibly supportive. Not just here, I see them out with others all the time. And what I mean by that is when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams on other channels. They've got 2,000 views and almost 3,000 views on a couple of their shorts videos, which is great to see, and then live streams. So they got one set up, and that is for tomorrow, New Year's Eve. They're starting at 5 p.m. Eastern. You can check the local time when you get over there. They're expecting to stream for 12 hours. You can see that they already do some StreamYard panels. I know that they've been inviting people in and out, so we'll see what happens with that stream. Tales Told in the Dark. Pardon me, I picked up that They're the one who picked up that gifted membership from Greenland Quilter Katie. So Tales Told in the Dark is now on the wheel. That, like I said, that's Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. Heaven's Fire 18 is also in the house. I'll get them onto the wheel right now. And then hopefully everybody will check out this live stream from Greenland Quilter Katie. We always set notifications for everything we see, like premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. So, let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. Living Large with L Crew is in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed any channels coming in. And thank you, everybody. We're overwhelmingly busy now for what I thought, because I had to move the stream. But especially when we are running a later live stream like this. We haven't done one this late for a while. Tales Told in the Dark. Look at that luck. You're coming up right now. They just picked up that gifted membership from Greenland Quilter Katie. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Tales Told in the Dark, this is Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. She has been with us from the beginning of Tuber Chat, well over 4 years now. Nisa Faraway, good to see you in the house. Tales Told in the Dark is now working on 2,400 subscribers already. This is a second channel for this creator. Lots of stories to be told here, and Cassie has a warm, inviting voice when she narrates or when she reads or even when she just talks. I'm sure you're going to be captivated. When we look at the videos, I see she's put out a few in the last couple months. I got the latest one into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. They've got some shorts on the channel. These bring a little bit of variety, but getting into 4,000, 5,000, and even 9,000 views, almost 10,000. That one will likely hit it at some point, and then live streams as well. So it's been a few months. We'll see if Cassie's going to bring some more live streams out, and we'd love to push this creator, like I said, towards the 2,400 subscribers she's thinking about. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. It's me, Alec. Yeah, I think I responded to your comment from the stream the other day. So Tuber Chat has grown over the last 4.5 years, and I appreciate every moment everybody has spent, all of the different types of support, you know, even the simplest things like a view, a watch, a thumbs up, and things like that can really help. And we've grown, and Tuber Chat has become, you know, sometimes overwhelmingly busy. And that's a fantastic thing, of course. But it also leads to the idea that we can't any longer get to every single channel that comes into the streams. It's been that way for a little while now. We used to be able to get to everybody, but that was like 3 years ago, right? Now we get to a point, I have to cut our streams after 3 hours, and we get to as many channels as we can. I know not everybody can stay for the whole 3 hours every time we're here, and certainly not everybody can come 3 times a week every time we're here into these streams. So, what we do is I will shuffle the wheel in a roundabout sort of way and remove a few names from anybody that's been inactive that might have been on there if it's been a little while, like half an hour since we've seen them in the chat, just in case they're no longer here. But if you're a member, I will always add you right back onto the wheel if I've taken your name off and I know that you're here. Like if I see you again in the chat and I say, oh, you're here, or you're back. So members always get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But that's just an idea. And there you go. Yeah, so Just Jason Keto and More has an interesting tip for everyone here. And there's something that we learned a long time ago, which is that when you do a live stream and you're chasing watch hours, only the first 12 hours of that live stream will count towards monetization. And so what we do, if you were going to do live streams longer than 12 hours, or for some channels, they want to do like a 24-hour live stream. We've done that on our music channel. Two Pineapples does it. They've been doing it for years and things like that. What we recommend is cutting the live stream right before the 12-hour mark, either 11 hours 50 or 11 hours 55, like Just Jason Keto's talking about, and then restarting, just so that you can get those watch hours to count, right? So these are just ideas. And then Deb S., the Pug Mama Quilter, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We were just talking about a moment ago the fact that I caught you for what I think was the first time in your live streams. Scully Pop is a longtime friend as well. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's the author that reads to you. More narration on their channel and interesting stories, of course. And then let's look at Rock Chick Beauty. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Rock Chick Beauty's been a friend of ours since the beginning. She's been with us since long before 4 years, probably closer to 4.5. And the interesting thing about this creator is she has changed her channel and reset and restarted about 3.5, closer to 4 years ago. The interesting thing about that is to wonder to yourself, could you do better or come back stronger and more solidly the second time around? While I never recommend that anybody stop and restart, if you did, maybe we look at the idea of Rock Chick Beauty and see, yes, she has come back incredibly strong and solid, giving a professional look to every thumbnail. Even though every video gets a different look and feel, the bright, bold headshots are consistent and make her recognizable. I love this thumbnail, actually. This Christmas one is fantastic. I'm just going to take this latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch that video. And very cool. Lots of people will be doing what I got for Christmas kind of things right now. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Almost 1,400 subscribers. And this creator is going to talk to us about all things alternative. She has talked about, or she started with Get Ready With Me type makeup and beauty videos, unboxings and haul type videos, product reviews, and now even sponsored videos as the progression continues over the years. Lots of shorts on the channel as well, 3,200, 5,500 on one of these, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she did one just about once a month for the last long while. She's probably due for a new one after the new year, I would imagine. She's in the UK, so we keep that in mind for time zones, but hopefully we'll catch her the next time. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Obviously, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you again, Rock Chick Beauty, for the super chat. She has done that countless times, literally dozens and dozens and dozens of times here in the Tuber Chat live streams, and I really do appreciate that. Wheats Art is in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Scully Pop just dropped a super chat as well, so thank you for that. He's done that many times before as well. Scully Pop's a longtime friend. He's changed his name up just a slight bit, a few times actually, I think, but he has been with us for many years also. Pardon me. What we'll do is we'll go on a break for a few minutes right now, and everybody can grab a drink or whatever you're going to do. I'll do the same. Right before we take that break, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. These are videos that were recently added into the Tuber Chat channel where these conversations go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. They're in an interview style, but I asked the featured creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own. The idea is that they have been longtime friends of us here in Tuber Chat, literally for years, each of them, and then they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of like views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, you know, like skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and you know, when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back. Yeah. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help. Yeah. And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like, we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like, say like a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not. Yeah. But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back. I just need an extra 1 second there. Yes, the concession stand, Twin Brick Acres. It's, you know, what I should do one of these days just to make everybody laugh. You know, when you go to the movie theaters or a drive-in and you get those, like, really old school vintage, like, hot dog and Coca-Cola dancing around like this or whatever during the intermission. I think everybody would get a kick out of something like that. Nisa Faraway, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. It's actually the same reason we've got Scully Pop on the screen right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Huga Homestead is a longtime friend. They've been with us for about 4 years as well. Thank you for coming in. And Scully Pop is up on the screen right now. Scully Pop, where the entertainment doesn't stop. I don't know if I ever read that on the banner before, if that's a newer banner. This is the author that reads to you. So one of the things that I've learned about Scully Pop, he's actually been a long time friend. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's actually been with us for about 4 years. More frequently lately, been making appearances here. And I have learned from somebody else's live stream that this creator, Scully Pop, is quite a humanitarian, as a matter of fact. So that's just a little piece of trivia and something I'm sure we'll all be happy to know. The author that reads to you, this creator is actually a published author. They accept submissions on their channel for people to give stories to be read, if you want to do that. But Scully Pop has one of the most unique voices you will probably ever hear. And that includes here in the Tuber Chat family and on YouTube altogether. When we look at this channel, he is getting on 4,900 subscribers. My dear goodness, almost officially on the road to 5K. And monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I can see I'm behind with the videos here. I'm going to rerun this one from a few weeks ago. I don't know why the red line's not already across, but that happens from time to time. Now I'm going to take this latest one, and I'm going to put this in my catch-up list as well. I'm imagining that you're using one of the AI systems to make some of those thumbnails, but those look really cool. A little bit of a different style than I'm used to. I use DALL-E and... oh, pardon me, there's a few actually I've experimented with. Midjourney, I can't remember, the Leonardo I think was another one. Shorts on this channel have gotten into almost 400 views, 379 and 397, which is pretty interesting. So pretty soon they'll have 400. Those will continue to grow as you post more and more, of course. And then when we look at live streams, we see that this creator has got quite a few. They're on frequently. So I caught them 2 weeks ago, but this creator has been on several times since then, including yesterday. So it looks like they're on at least twice a week. And like I said, monetized, and we'd love to push this creator towards that 4,900. Obviously, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Yes, the new Miss Maniac is... oh my dear goodness, the holidays are a time for us to almost live with a little bit of regret afterwards for some of the snacking and the heavy meals and things like that people use to celebrate. So thank you again, Scully Pop and Nisa Faraway, for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then Nisa Faraway is up on the screen right now. When I started seeing this channel, they've been with us a few months now, I was talking about the idea of National Geographic coming to mind. So they also are using an AI system, but actually for video creation. What's really cool about this is the videos are incredibly informative. And you see that they've got a bit of that CapCut style closed captioning, kind of, right? The titles are up on the screen there, captions. And then really interesting, the different types of wildlife that they bring to us. They got a few other things here. but really unique in concept, in my opinion, at least here in the Superchat family. When we look at shorts on the channel, these have gotten now into 1,000 views and on the way towards 2,000, which is great to see. The channel's on its way to 2,500 subscribers. They're doing a lot of live streaming. Some of these can be loops, a little bit in the same ballpark as the idea of a silent live stream. We use that term very loosely because a lot of creators will do things where they'll loop videos or things like that. Not exactly silent, but something to chase watch hours, let's just say. But this creator's done those just about every single day. Yeah, it seems that they're on daily. I catch them occasionally, and we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Willow's Creations is a longtime friend, and they've been with us for many years as well. Let's spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. But thank you once again, Nisa Faraway, for the Super Chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I know I say it a lot, but we always put the channels on the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we are now. The next silver member actually is coming up, Reality Slots with KC. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Reality Slots KC is up on the screen right now, and this creator comes to us with a lot of interesting slot gameplay. This is almost like in line with a lot of the lottery ticket scratching that we see. There's, obviously a heavy genre and category when it comes to slot gameplay. For anybody that's ever been on a cruise ship, most of those have a casino right on the ship, and as soon as you get into international waters, you can get into the casino and start playing. And one of our dear friends, Edna's World, I'm going to play a clip from her interview in a few more minutes here. She talks about the idea of running slot pools on some of those cruise ships. So Reality Slots with KC is fairly new to us, but as a silver member, we see their channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not they're here. But they're here with us frequently. They got 28,000, 32,000, 36,000 on a few of these shorts videos, which is great to see, and a live stream from a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to pick those back up. 284 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them towards the 300 we know that they're thinking about. And then let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel coming up. Heaven's Fire 18 is still here. Going to get your channel back onto the wheel there. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead, Homesteading on a Budget, is coming up. They've actually changed that tagline now. I just keep saying it because I remember. But Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is bringing us different homesteading concepts and a little bit more on the channel as well. So I'll read that to you in a second. This is a channel that I enjoy watching. They do a really thorough job in planning their videos, filming the videos, and everything in between, if that makes any sense. So they've brought us a lot of homesteading, and I said I was going to read this. They've got homesteading tips, recipes, how-to videos, and do-it-yourself videos. They give us lots of information on their About section. It's Kristen and Mike. You'll often see him. And they're often together in a lot of the latest videos. Mike will occasionally do a video on his own as well, like this tiny house tour. I really enjoyed that. I just, I'm drawn to these videos about tiny homes for some reason. And then lots of outdoor content as you'd expect. And lately, Kristen's been doing a lot of cooking. And all of these recipes are easy to make, very simple instructions. And as far as we've seen so far, the recipes are coming out better than they even expected when they started filming the videos, which is great to know. So hopefully everybody will connect with Bella's Whisper Farmstead. They're also monetized, lots of ways to support them, including Super Chat, Super Stickers, Super Thanks, and they're working on subscribers, pardon me. I'm having trouble reading even with my glasses on today. 2,500 subscribers is going to be their next exciting milestone. So hopefully everybody will connect with Bella's Whisper Farmstead. Shorts on this channel usually follow along with their long form content, pretty concentrated, this creator's content. And then 2,700, 3,400 live streams involve taking us for walks around the water to give us stories to be told and interacting with the chat, and then maybe a fireside conversation, and we'll see what they're going to come up with next. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Brian, Sports and Entertainment, good to see you in the house. Lynn's Life Lessons, good to have you here. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming in. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I was lucky to catch the last few minutes of Butler Family Farms live stream tonight. Jerry and Susan are live every Monday at 7:30 Eastern. And they were talking about some giveaways and things that were coming up, but I caught literally just the last 5, maybe 10 minutes of that live stream. They often have guests, and I've joined them a couple of times actually, but sometimes it's Jerry and Susan just giving us channel updates. You know, one of the things I never mention Robert on the channel, and I should because they're featured frequently, and this is the first time where I've had the volume up and was listening to their theme song. Some of you know Jake Husden, who's a longtime friend of ours. He's probably been with us about 3 years as well. As an incredible surprise, he actually did a bunch of theme songs for a lot of channels, including Butler Family Farm and Superchat. And I noticed that Butler Family Farm as well did a great job of cutting the trailer, because what some creators have done, Bella's Whisper Farmstead has done one, Canadian Family Life has done one, many creators I'm sure have done that I haven't yet seen, but Butler Family Farm did a good job as well. What some of these creators are doing is cutting pieces of their videos to make trailers to go along with the theme song. They're usually about 3 minutes, and then matching the lyrics to things that are happening in the video. So like for instance, in the song that they had tonight, they had it was talking about all the different things we'll enjoy on Butler Family Farm, especially the livestock, but including like Jerry in the shop, for instance, or bringing us into the kitchen and this and that. But this is the first time I sat there and like listened to the whole song and watched the video to go along with it. So another great job was done by Butler Family Farm. And then when we look at Butler Family Farm, they got over 40,000 subscribers. So we'd love to push them towards their next milestone. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. It's 116 acres of farmland here with their homesteading content. Sometimes they're in the kitchen, sometimes they're out on the farm. They show us all the different aspects of looking at after that. Jerry does incredibly impressive woodworking in the shop. He shares that with us as well. And these creators often head out for a lot of meetups with other YouTubers and things like that. They got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and bees on the farm. And then they got shorts over here that have done 10,000, 12,000, one over 50,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel happen every Monday, like I said, but sometimes they have StreamYard panels, and sometimes they head out literally hundreds of miles away to very large meetups with up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. And they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then, pardon me, thank you, Nisa Faraway. And I'm choking on nothing over here. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And Create and Relate is up now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And we're looking at Create and Relate now. This is another channel that's fairly new here. They've come in over the last few months, a couple months, I'm thinking. Create and Relate is working on now 200 subscribers. They're at 115, which is great to see. They're likely happy to have that first 100 locked in. It's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, of course. And then I see that they've got a couple of new videos. I thought I put this in my catch-up list the other day. I might have been mistaken, but I'm going to have a look. Yeah, okay, it's still in there. It just hasn't run yet, so forgive me for that. I always add videos into that playlist that I talk about. It's just got a fun name, the catch-up list, but it's a playlist I use to keep caught up or get caught up with creators with. And what I do is I put the videos into the playlist and then I reorder them based on their times. So the shorter videos go at the beginning and the longer videos go later in the list. That way, when I have a half an hour, that I can sit down and just watch videos, I can watch the maximum number. Sometimes I can watch, 20 videos in an hour or more, right? This is how some of us get through hundreds of videos a week. There we go. Phil's Creepy Videos from Canada. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Peter Dell from Australia is here. Good to have you in the house as well. They've both been longtime friends. They've been with us for years. A lot of people might notice that the algorithm has been shifted around again. Those of us who are here in Tuberchat, all the time, have noticed a few channels have been coming through that were here in the beginning that we haven't seen in a while. You might start to see some of that for yourself. And when you go to your homepage, when you're looking at different channels, you might see different ones recommended than you have over the last few months. YouTube does this many times a year. It's starting to look like 3, 4, 5 times every year. And you wonder to yourself, hey, where are these channels I was seeing like every week or every day for a while? Why am I seeing all these ones from last year and things like that? So that happens. And it's just YouTube mixing things up. When we look at Create and Relate, I'm just going to have a look at their About section. It's Stacy, and she brings product reviews, unboxings, do-it-yourself projects, makeovers, and some art and crafts as well. And then there will be lots of conversation on the channel. When we look at shorts over here, these have gotten into 900 views, almost 1,000 on this one, and 1,300 on another one, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Create and Relate. They've been with us for just about every live stream since finding us a couple months ago as well. Austin Garrett is coming in. I'm going to get that channel onto the wheel. They happen to be a member, and Hilda DC, a beloved and dedicated moderator, is joining us as well. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Michael's Adventures just dropped a premiere. This creator actually posts every day. Lately, he's been up to twice a day, I think, again. He's got quite a few set up for the next few days. Now, like I keep saying, we always set notifications for everything we see, whether they're premieres or live streams. Even though we have the notification bells on for every channel, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. What we find on Michael's Adventures is a lot of wildlife and a lot of nature to go along with that. Now, lately, a lot of slot gameplay on a cell phone as well, which is interesting to see. We've seen that from Michael's Adventures before. This creator has got almost 4,000 videos in total with just videos and shorts, and a lot of the videos average over half an hour. Some of them as long as 2 hours long. So this creator will bring us a lot of raccoons, opossums, deer, foxes, bird watching on the channel, And a lot of times he'll take us for a walk around. I haven't seen this one, so I'll put that in my catch-up list as well. He takes us outdoors for a walk around his area or a drive along, and stories to be told to go along with that. You can see how many videos this creator posts. And when we look at shorts over here, we see that this creator's gotten into some lottery ticket scratching, a bit of outdoor content, and then that slot gameplay has done well, over 6,000 views on that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's adventures. He's over 1,500 subscribers now. Every moderator on this channel is a longtime dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuberchat. So Backyard Trucker is coming up next. Before we look at that channel, we're going to go for another break for 3.5 minutes. We can grab a drink and do all the other things we need to do. I'll do the same, and right before we go on that break, I'll play one more clip now from our interview series. I mentioned Edna's World earlier, somebody who runs slot pools on cruise ships and things like that. She vacations frequently and brings us along for live streams as well. So I'll play a clip from her interview. These are videos that are listed in a playlist and as a podcast on the Tuberchat channel now. And every one of these creators, including Edna's World, are longtime friends of ours, literally with us for years, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Like, yes. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know?
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. And I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. We're looking at Backyard Trucker. We spun the reel right before we went on that break there. Glorious Platter. Now I know what you do. Glorious Platter watches the stream and waits for me to go on break, or tries to predict it and then comes in, because she's been telling me, hey, every time I get here, you go on break. But now we know the truth. One thing I can tell everybody, we're not all connected on all the different social networks. I really appreciate, those of you who are here as often as you can be. It doesn't matter how much that is. I appreciate every moment. But I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time. I could be easily found on most of the other social networks. But I really enjoy seeing some of the other things. I turn to social media either when I hear about something in the news that I think might be important and I just want to see if it's true. I try to decipher between all the nonsense that's out there. But I really enjoy seeing, we've had a lot of Christmas celebrations, a lot of family togetherness and things like that. Excuse me, and Glorious Platter, somebody who shares that kind of thing, and I really appreciate looking at that stuff. I don't share as much as I probably should. I've never been a great one in my life for taking a ton of pictures or anything like that, but there's lots of stuff out there, and it's great to see a bit of positivity out there. We all know that social media can have its dark side, right? So Backyard Trucker's up on the screen right now, and this is a self-employed small business owner, a truck driver that takes us on the road more than anything else. Just going to grab the latest video. He does a lot of do-it-yourself and repairs his own trucks when he needs to. So now we got our idea. I was talking about Kenworth the other day, but I see he might be driving a Peterbilt there. And then Backyard Trucker actually let us know when he started the channel, he's going to film just about anything and everything that could be entertaining for us to see. So there's a lot of variety here. But this creator's done really well with some dash cam footage on shorts videos, and these have gotten into 12,000, 13,000, and 15,000 views, and then live streams as well. And this creator takes us on the road just about every single day, and you see these rollovers here. Some of the live streams have done really well. The vertical live streams have been pushed out by YouTube a little bit, and this creator's working on 2,000 subscribers right now, and monetize lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get to his channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Andy, and he's here just about every day as well. Oh, was Glorious Platter the first time that you heard about? I didn't know that. I've actually met up with Just Jason Keto and More a couple of times, and forgive me because I forget if you told me that. But Just Jason Keto and More might have found us through Glorious Platter. And, word of mouth, whether it's online or, on other social networks and things like that, sometimes is the best promotion you can have, because when you get word of mouth from somebody and that level of trust is already there and passed along, it can lead to friendships that go on literally for years. Glorious Platter's been at Superchat almost from the beginning, literally over 4.5 years now, I believe. But thank you for that, because I may not have, like I said, remembered if you told me, but it's great to know those kinds of things. Austin Garrett is coming up on the screen, and we'll see what they got going on in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. As an example, if I remember correctly, Michael's Adventures found us through Elevate with Vern, who is one of the creators who started the inspiration behind this channel, as a matter of fact, because of my friendship with her, and I saw what her and her friends were doing. And then, Michael's Adventures is one of the most supportive creators that I've met. He's a moderator here. He's been with us over 4.5 years. I believe Scratch and Pete PA found us through one of the channels that I run. That is not mine. Actually, the very first channel that I started with. And I could be mistaken about that, but I'm quite certain that that's the case. But yeah, people can find you from other people's channels. We never know who's watching. We never know who's listening. And I promise you, there are almost always more people watching and listening than we think that there are. Pardon me while I just write a note here to Backyard Trucker. Thank you for that. I'm going to put Marketplace Boutique on the screen. Oh, did I not put her on the wheel yet? No, okay, I understand. Yes. But thank you for that. I'm going to put Marketplace Boutique up on the screen right now. We always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. But pardon me, Backyard Trucker's dropping a super chat for her. Lots of creators have done that kind of thing before, and it's an incredibly generous thing to have done, but we absolutely honor that as well. Home Bartending with John is another silver member here. We see his channel every single day, whether he's here or not, but he's here with us for just about every stream. And Austin Garrett is a channel that I'm just getting to know. 848 subscribers though. I'm just going to grab one of your latest screen recording videos here and see what you've got going on. Like I said, I'm still learning about the channel. They've got a bit of variety here, but it looks like they're doing some shout outs and tributes. Shorts on this channel have gotten into almost 3,000 and over 4,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've been doing these frequently. It looks like they're live just about every day, and especially lately. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as well, if that makes sense. Just Jason Keto and more. That is a good question. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know where everybody did come into the Tuber Chat family from. You know, I don't catch every shout out that everybody gives here in this channel, or for me. I know a lot of people will talk about these streams, for which I'm grateful. The same way we all talk about each other's channels, you know what I mean? I did an interview, kind of an interview, but just a couple of weeks ago with I Am Betty J Gathers, and I was talking about a whole bunch of channels, as a matter of fact. Ace Flaw 1, Andy, has been with me for 5 years. He's been with me since before Tuber Chat was even a thought. As long as my friend Elevate with Fern that I keep talking about, my YTBFF there. Speaking of good questions as well, let's drop our poll down and see what happened there. Thought that would be fun. Pete was interacting with everyone with the popcorn and talking about intermission snack type ideas. So popcorn obviously is a monster hit. And then chocolate, well, I'm crazy about chocolate. Don't let me show you the chocolate that's right beside me here. Candy. Hot dogs. Nobody likes hot dogs in the middle of a movie. I'm shocked. I don't. I believe I've eaten hot dogs in a movie theater a couple of times, or at a drive-in or anything like, or other things like that, I guess. But wow, I'm surprised that not one person chose a hot dog. I thought our American friends love hot dogs even more than hamburgers, to be honest with you. Crafty Witch 232 is up on the screen. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Crafty Witch 232 is getting a compliment in the chat there. This creator brings an interesting, I say, mashup, because it's almost two ideas in one very razor-sharp focused genre or category. They're doing 3D printing mixed with crochet. And I'm just going to grab the latest video. They're actually doing a couple other things. They talk about that on their About section. So cross-stitcher, crocheter, 3D printing, jewelry maker, perler, beater, and sewing ninja, as a matter of fact, which is super fun. I know this latest video is quite short, but I've got that on the my catch-up playlist. Forgive me, Backyard Trucker, you dropped a super chat, and I meant to put up my Marketplace Boutique. I'll do that right after this channel. Luckily, we're all friends here. I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. And thank you, Scratch and PPA, for that. When we get to shorts on this channel, we see that these have gotten into 10,000 and 13,000 views, but really unique looking creations here, right? And then live streams on the channel as well. So like I said, they just got a compliment in the chat. I caught them. I realize it's 2 weeks ago already, but look, they're live not every day, but they've done frequent live streams over the last couple of weeks. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one again soon. I've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Marketplace Boutique is coming up right now. Thank you again, Backyard Trucker, for another super chat. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Backyard Trucker dropped a super chat so that we would look at this channel. I missed it for a quick second there. But Marketplace Boutique actually is Jody. You often see her mentioned by name in the chat. And she collaborates with Andy from Backyard Trucker frequently. Now, this creator's been doing a few different ideas for Vlogmas here. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. TJ Maxx is something we don't have in Canada. So I'll be interested to see what that's like there. Although we've seen lots of videos from friends, who've done either haul videos or shopping videos, and other stores. Being in Canada, we have a lot of different things up here than our American friends do. When we look at Marketplace Boutique, though, they've added a lot of variety into their channel, especially over the last year or so. But they typically will bring us the idea behind e-commerce. So Jody's been doing this since 1998. They've changed up their About section a little bit here, but they were looking for a bit of a career change, got into e-commerce, and now they show us the ins and outs of buying and selling on platforms like eBay. Which could be a great thing. Of course, I do a lot of that work myself. I've actually got something to ship out today. And eBay can be another great source of income. One of the things that we think about is either monetization or the idea of making or earning money online. There's lots of different ways to monetize your YouTube channel or use your YouTube channel to monetize your business. Marketplace Boutique brings a lot of variety into the shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 14,000, 17,000, 19,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Jody will often collaborate with Backyard Trucker, like I talked about, sometimes take us on the road, sometimes take us on the water. The conversation can go anywhere once they get started over here. They stream fairly frequently, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and they are working on 1,800 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then thank you so much again, Backyard Trucker, for that super chat. He's done that countless times before. And Marketplace Boutique is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Lewis Acre Farm Karma, we see a creator who's in the middle of an interesting live stream series on their channel called Meet Me Monday. Now it looks like they got a different series coming up. Meet Me Monday is where they introduce us to different creators, and I believe earlier in the chat they were talking about lining up a few interviews for the new year, which is great to hear. So Lewis Acre Farm Karma has introduced us to some channels we haven't seen before in the Tuber Chat family, and many that we know and love already. That's just one of the things they're doing on their channel. When we get into shorts, we get a lot of outdoor content here. Some of these have gotten into 1,500, 2,500, 6,100 views and beyond. And then live streams, or videos as well. This creator posts frequently, and they will give us a lot of positive inspiration and motivation. especially when they talk about these ideas, thoughts for Thursday. So they do really well with series. And Lewis Acre Farm Karma is here with us just about every day as well. They say their son made their banner for them, so that's an updated banner there. Faith, hope, and love on the channel, which is great to see. And then they got some more information on their about section to let us know the inspiration behind the channel and what we can expect as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Just Jason Keto and More is another fellow Canadian. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I keep forgetting about that trick. Just Scratching PPA is making me laugh right now. There's a trick people can do. You have to consider where information is coming from. You know, I try not to tell everybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. I try not to make it sound like I think I know everything. I learn from creators with channels of all sizes every single day. But it is very possible to manipulate a lot of the things online. So what Scratching PPA is talking about is a trick that people can do if you understand websites and some of the tools you have in a browser like Chrome or Firefox or Safari and things like that, where you can edit your YouTube page and basically make it look like it has 1 million subscribers for a second. And then you can take a screenshot of that. So sometimes you'll see people do this kind of thing in thumbnails. You know what I mean? And it's typical of a lot of the bigger channels that are trying to talk about some of the same things we talk about here. Zen Sleep Studio, thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. And then, you know what's coming up, Gloria's Platter. You can basically tell, right? Just Jason Keto and More is doing a lot of updating on their channel, but we're talking about avatars and banners, actually. So they put up this Happy New Year banner. Actually, they inspired me because of this, I think, the other day, because Jason did this. I was like, oh, I should have done a New Year's banner for Tuber Chat. So I put one up yesterday, and that'll sit for a couple of days. And then I think I've got a winter one ready to go for another week after that or something like that. But it's great to celebrate these different things, and great to give our channel a little bit of a refresh as well. So Just Jason Keto and More's growing rapidly, working on 3,500 subscribers. You know, I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. Now, obviously, Just Jason Keto and More has long surpassed that now, but this creator is another of the most supportive creators that I have met in my 7 years on YouTube. Like all of our moderators, some of them have been with us for 4 years. A couple of them are fairly new as moderators, but they've been with us for at least a year, if not 2 or 3, in almost every case. And Just Jason Keto and More cares very much about the YouTube journey and his fellow YouTubers, including those of us in the Tuber Chat family. When we look at this channel, we know that he's also inspiring and motivating people in another way, talking about healthy eating, healthy living, particularly when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Now, this creator has tons of recipes on the channel. Just chaffle recipes alone. This is the 80th chaffle recipe. And if you don't already know what a chaffle is, you'll understand right away when you get to Just Jason Keto and More's channel. But he's got lots of other recipes and product reviews on the channel as well that'll give us some insight about the ingredients we're going to find or use and how they're going to impact us. Once in a while, he brings a bit of variety. If he travels or visits another area, he'll take us outdoors. He might unbox a GoPro or head out hundreds of miles away to bring us some informative content from places like Ketopalooza. He's got lots of guests on his channel as well, both in videos and in live streams, where they share their tips, tricks, trials, tribulations, and give us more inspiration and motivation. Sometimes Jason streams by himself here. Sometimes he's got a guest, but either way, he's got a vibrant community that will hop in the chat and motivate and inspire when we have questions and comments as well. He's live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. And occasionally he'll bring us an extra live stream, like a cook-along about once a month or so. So we'll look forward to more of those. This creator also has done really well with shorts. Pardon me, getting into 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 views on a lot of these delicious looking shorts videos. One of them, which I've seen, over 22,000. So I hope everybody will check that out. And we'd love to push this creator towards that 3,500. And of course, he's monetized lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. PK Adventure Travels is back in the house, so I'll put them on the wheel right now. We're going to look at Scratch and Pete PA in a few minutes here. What we'll do is go on a break for 3.5 minutes again. Right before we do that, I'll play another clip from our interview podcast series. The very first clip I ever started playing from our very first interview with two pineapples. There's 4 episodes now, 4 featured creators. They've all been longtime friends of ours, and the conversations are in an interview style where I tried to ask their opinion without giving a lot of my own. The conversations go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. And then, just chasing keto and more, yes. Crafty Witch 232 is just asking, do you recommend Streamlabs or StreamYard? I used StreamYard when we started TuberChat 4.5 years ago for a long while, at least 6 months I think it was, because it's easy to use and popular. I know everybody's going to use it. I always like to see how every system works. I'm on a computer all the time and have been since 1980 something, so I use all the different systems, let's just say, that become popular. I use Streamlabs desktop for TuberChat now, and I know you're just asking for a comparison there, but I use this because I wanted more bells and whistles, although there's a lot more to look after, right? So that's a thought. When you're doing your live stream, one of the questions I would consider, whether you're thinking about using OBS or Streamlabs desktop or another program like that instead of something like StreamYard, Zoom, or Restream, is do you really need the other features? Or are they just going to be distracting? Because if you're going to put a graphic on the screen that says follow me on Instagram, I don't know if it has as much impact. I'm quite sure that it doesn't, as much as we think it does, how important it is to put that up, where you could just get a robot to go through the chat like we do with Nightbot and this and that here to say follow me on Instagram and put a link in there, as a matter of fact, if you wanted to. So these are just ideas. Not saying, I'm right or it's much of an opinion. I think for anybody starting out, I would start with Streamlabs, or pardon me, that was the wrong thing to say. I would recommend starting with StreamYard, or Zoom, or Restream is another service that is very similar to StreamYard, almost as popular in a lot of circles. And you have a lot of help out there, because a lot of people, especially here in the TuberChat family, probably half of us live stream or more, and 99% of the people who live stream in the TuberChat family are using StreamYard. So this is just an idea, and there you go. So there are, Just Jason Keto and more is saying he likes the new features on StreamYard. I have to go check them out. They did a little bit of a interesting maneuver not too long ago where they actually forced everybody into a very expensive plan, $50 a month, when people were paying $25, and then they added a $25 plan, but you had to downgrade to get to that. So that's an awful business practice in my opinion, but a lot of people abandoned StreamYard because of it, but a lot of people are still using it. I just downgraded. I'm going to continue to use it when I need it for things like interviews, or we've done it in some of our special edition live streams. And the free version is fine too. If that's all you need, I would recommend, when we think about money, today more than ever, every penny matters, every dollar matters. What I would say about those kind of things, or to let you know what I do as an idea, I pay for a lot of online services. So I pay for iCloud, I pay for Dropbox, I pay for Microsoft Office, I pay for StreamYard, I pay for a lot of different things because I use them all the time, right? But if there's something I don't use, I turn it off, right? I stop the subscription, and then I just subscribe again when I need it. StreamYard is an example. If I'm not going to do an interview for a while, I just cut it off. Why pay for it if I'm not going to use it? But when I need it, I'll pay for it again. This is why sometimes we have to think about not paying for a year in advance, even though you get a heavy discount. The idea is if you're only going to use a service for 3 months, and you pay, you know, for a year because they give you half off, it's not as good of a deal as if you just paid full price for the month at a time, if that makes sense. So these are just ideas. Paralife TV, Shane, your everyday wheelchair ninja from New Brunswick. I met up with him in Toronto this summer as well. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then, yeah, you know, there's a difference between being cheap and being frugal, right? And I only use those words because I don't like when people are cheap. I don't like to consider myself cheap. I like to consider myself generous, but frugal in the right places, right? Money spent in the right areas, well spent and well considered is a good idea. You can actually save money over the long term that way, right? Like a year or two ago, bought a new computer. That computer will literally, it will run for 10 years, but it will last me to the 1000th episode of Tuber Chat with ease. I'll probably be using it as my main computer for another 2 or 3 years as a minimum, right? But the monitors that I use and things like accessories, speakers, I have the cheapest speakers I could buy because I really don't need them on this computer where I am. And there's nothing wrong with having nice things and nice tools if you need them. But when we think about necessity, like I said, money spent in the right place is the idea. So forgive me, I didn't mean to get onto a long speech. And there you go. So now that's interesting. Just Jason Keto and Moore's on the yearly plan with StreamYard. So one of the mistakes I made is I use Streamlabs, both for Tuber Chat and my personal channel. I use Streamlabs when I'm out live streaming outdoors, let's say with my phone. And I paid for the year for Streamlabs, but haven't used it. I've barely done any streaming, so I'm literally angry with myself for having wasted that money, right? Because I thought I was going to stream. I thought by, you know, spending the money on the yearly plan, it'll motivate me to stream, and it doesn't help. You know what I mean? Just because you paid something. And there you go. Yes, difference between needs and wants, of course. Not to mention, not that I want to give a positive or negative opinion either way. Somebody like Jeff Bezos, when interviewed about Amazon, at least in the early days, when they would ask him about how Amazon succeeds and how they make money, he's like, we spend money on things that matter to customers, not things that matter to us. And if you watch some of the older interviews, there's one in particular where he's driving a little bit of an older car than people think he should. He's using an older desk than people think he should. He's saying that it's a reminder. It's a reminder that we spend money on things that matter to other people, not to us, right? So that's just an idea. Yeah, I sure do love Mac. I think just Jason Keto and More probably knows. So I'm on Mac right now. And I'm lucky enough to be able to have that and everything else. But I'm on a computer all the time. Half my full-time job is working on a computer, right? And I like Mac because I've always been on computers, literally since the 80s, right? And I never get so much work done as when I'm on a Macintosh computer. And I know that they're very similar. You can do just about everything with both. But Windows computers allow you to do a lot more. And the problem with that is then I get stuck playing around with the settings and re-changing everything. And the computer crashes all the time and everything else. And there's nothing wrong with Windows. I still use Windows when I feel like it or when I need to and when I feel like it's appropriate. But I use Mac 99% of the time. That's the reason why. For sure it's overpriced. These days, the difference in price between Windows and Mac, the gap is closing because Windows computers have become more expensive, at least in Canada, over the last couple of years. It is difficult to buy a computer that can do video editing and things like that for less than 1,000 Canadian dollars now. Call it 700 American. You can, but the days of buying a $400 or $500 computer in Canada and doing video editing in 4K like we do and live streaming and everything else, it's not as easy. Unless you're better at shopping than I am, let's just say. But this is an example, right? Whereas a Mac, when you justify that, hey, you know, for a few $100s more, you've got a computer that essentially is never going to crash. I have a 2008 Mac that still runs. I have a 2011 Mac that still runs. I have a 2017 Mac that still runs. Now, don't forget, this is a lifetime of computers, and I'm older than most people probably think that I am. I'm just guessing that, but you know what I mean. But you understand what I'm saying. They all work. If I turn on a couple of the Windows computers that I've been through that I still have, there'll be problems for no reason. Why does the N key stop working? Why does the G key stop working? Why don't I have an escape key that can work properly, right? These are just ideas. Now, I'm just complaining and whining, and it's easy for me to say, but like I said, now that I use the, now that I've been using Mac since probably the year 2000, you know, I love it. And like I said, I get through so much work because it's all you could do on a Mac. You can't play with settings all day on it. You can't edit the registry and things like that. Not to mention, yeah, the Mac ecosystem. I recently inherited, in a roundabout sort of way, an iPad, but Kristen gave me an Apple Watch a while back. I've been using iPhone since iPhone 4. When iPhone came out, I bought a BlackBerry, and then I switched to iPhone a few years later. Coastal Water, I've got you on the wheel. Forgive me, I didn't mean to get in so much story time, but it's fun. So what we'll do, we'll go on that break like I talked about. We've delayed looking at Scratch and BPA's channel as long as we possibly could. And I'll play another clip, like I said, from the first episode of our interview series. Keep in mind, all of the creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight. And the 0 to, I think it was 82, was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that. Instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
We needed an extra few seconds there just for Gloria's platter. And Scratching PPA is up on the screen now. I was overdue for adding names onto the wheel like I usually am. So I added Jesse Miller Unboxings and More and Live and Large with L Crew. They're both on the wheel. Fishhead Videos is there. And Elisa's Adventures in Cruising has come in. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Scratching PPA is a longtime dear friend. He's been with us pretty much from the beginning of Tuber Chat. The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie, good to see you. I always appreciate every moment, so thanks for coming in. Scratching PPA is known here as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, one of the most supportive creators I've met in my 7 years, and anybody who's already met him will say he's one of their most supportive creators as well. A lot of us don't know how he does it, but he seems to be everywhere all the time. And Scratching PPA does something interesting on his channel. He put a lot of consideration into what he was going to do before he even started making content, but this creator brings us the Scratch Challenge series of videos where he pits 2 lottery scratch tickets against each other every week and then gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Scratch and PPA premieres every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, and if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, Garden State Gardener, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of as well. Some of us set alarms on our phones and text each other to make sure we don't miss his premieres, because he has posted literally for 4 years now with perfect consistency. And then Consume the Goodness is in the house. And when we look at Scratch and PPA, we also see that this creator has got presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails. They give us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series as well. His banners updated every single week, if you can imagine that. And then his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production about 4.5 years ago. This creator's working on 2,300 subscribers, monetized of course, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get to his channel. And Scratch and PPA recently updated or expanded the content on his channel, bringing us a lot of vlogging style shorts videos and Italian lottery tickets when he took a trip to Italy last year. And I think this is going to be kind of something we see as a trend, where YouTube is now pushing 3-minute shorts videos, which means that we're going to see a lot more vlogging style shorts, I think, as opposed to individual single shot videos with shorts. Live streams as well. He brought us his very first live stream, and a lot of us were, first of all, excited to be there, but I know a lot of people will be happy to know that he's expanded that content in his channel like I'm talking about. So I hope everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. If you haven't already, we'll get him towards that 2,300 subscribers that we know that he's thinking about. I see Crystal Sparkle and I am Betty J Gathers have both come into the chat. Cabaret Gaming, good to see you here. I just missed his stream. I went in there and I caught him like just as he put on the end screen. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one. I've caught him many times before. And let's spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Into the Com, good to see you in the house. And Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen. Ruby's another creator behind this channel who's been with us literally from the beginning of Superchat over 4 years ago. This creator is growing rapidly, monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel. What they're bringing us is a nature and wildlife from the Pacific Northwest. They mix up a few different ideas, including almost an ASMR type, let's say in the same ballpark with their content, meaning pleasing visuals, pleasing audio to go along with that. I'm going to take the latest one. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. They literally mix up pure variety over here. Anything from a minute long to hours long. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well. This is where we see more wildlife. And if you go through a lot of these videos, you're going to find some humorous moments as well. 11,000, 12,000, one over 16,000 that's still getting views. And then live streams on the channel as well. Again, in that almost ASMR format where they're bringing pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, and mixing up the content over here, and they stream fairly frequently as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Brushing Wind Mountain, and like I said, they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're working on 13K right now, which is great, and I'm going to spin the wheel and we'll see who is coming up next. Crystal Sparkle has got a live stream coming up. Oh, the Big Cheese. Yeah, I wonder if I had ever heard of that, but from Wisconsin, our dear friend JD Knight 7, Jeremy D-Day, is from Wisconsin as well, so he'd know that well. Living Large with L Crew is coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Geeky Girls Journal is another source of positivity and inspiration. Living Large with L Crew is doing an incredible job with vlogging. What did they say they were going to do on their channel? They just said something in the chat earlier today, and I can't for the life of me remember what they said. There was something particular that they said about content. So they've got another video here. This is a pretty short one for Vlogmas. I'm just going to put that in my catch-up list, though. This creator, obviously a dynamic creator. Oh goodness, why can I not remember what they said they were doing? Did they say they were going to cook something? Did they say they were doing a cooking video or something? Maybe I'm completely mistaken. Lakeshore Shaner, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I wonder if that is a fellow Canadian. I feel like I recognize the name of the channel, like you might have been here before, and if that's the case, forgive me for not remembering. If you're from Toronto, we have a popular street in downtown Toronto, a lot of touristy things around Lakeshore Boulevard, so whenever I see Lakeshore, I think that it's Lakeshore from Toronto. Living Large with L Crew did a few Vlogmas videos here, which is great to see. They literally are vlogging lots of travel on the channel, and then shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 11,000, 12,000, and one over 24,000, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel as well. They've done a few of these up to a month ago. They seem to be doing these about once a month. They're probably due for another one in the new year, and monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, we'd like to push them towards the 1,700 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. PK Adventure Travels is up on the screen right now. I'm just going to grab the latest video here and put this in my catch-up list as well. Nice Happy New Year banner that they've got on the channel as well. A few creators are doing that. Saw that from Just Chasing Keto and more earlier. They got a premiere set up, and this is going to be Embarkation Day on Utopia of the Seas. We talked about this the other day. They got this coming up on in about a week and a half from now. So that'll be interesting to see. And is it the ultimate weekend party ship? Is what they say. We've got a vibrant cruising and travel community in the Tuber Chat family now. We weren't able to see this content for a couple of years, and now we've got lots and lots and lots of it, more than ever before. They do a really thorough job of bringing us on things like ship tours. I got to watch a few more videos so I can have a few more things to say on the channel. So I'll be looking forward to this video here. This is a different one, right? Camping? Yeah, that's a different kind of video than what I had seen before, but doing a great job. Not to mention I caught them for live streams as well, right? Did I catch you just the one? No, a few times. Yeah, I've caught you a few times, which is great. So they've got a few coming up, too. They seem to set these out. Is it every week? Yeah, every week they do a live stream, so I'll be looking forward to that week after New Year's. And they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they've got shorts on the channel, 6,000, 10,000 on a couple of them, and 12,000 on one, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with PK Adventure Travels. They're here with us just about every stream. And I know not everybody can be, so I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours and not 3 times a week for sure, so I do appreciate every moment. Canadian Family Life is coming up from New Brunswick in a second. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Canadian Family Life is here with 11,000 subscribers as well. They've been grown rapidly. They're actually one of the fastest growing channels that we saw within their first year to year and a half, getting into over 3,000 subscribers, which is great to see. Monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Canadian Family Life just did Vlogmas. Yes, I think Pete said Queen of Vlogmas here. So I know Crystal Sparkle, who's in the chat, and I am Betty J Gathers. I put them both on the wheel. Crystal Sparkle was very excited to see Vlogmas videos, and Canadian Family Life has done a really good job. Now I'm sure everybody understands I run more videos than I watch. I'm sure that's true for a lot of creators, but I've actually watched a few of these, and it just turned out that I caught 2 of the Christmas tree decoration customization videos. Ornaments, that's what I meant to see. Ornament creation here. Tiffany is always doing different things with the family. They're hopping in and out of all the videos and live streams. Her husband is featured on a lot of the thumbnails. He's got his own channel as well called Chris's Creation Fun, and he does a lot of do-it-yourself videos, including working on this container garden that we saw in one of the rollovers here. Now I can't find which one that was. They've got an impeccable container garden. This channel's known for a lot of, there it is right there, a lot of grocery hauls, as well as cooking videos, challenges between husband and wife, shout outs for other creators, Happy Mail videos as well. And Canadian Family Life comes to us from New Brunswick. They've got some famous Canadian winter weather there, and 2,500, 2,800 views, 5,500 views on one of these. Lots of outdoor content, a bit of a mix there, and then live streams on the channel as well. So Canadian Family Life is on there. That's a nice rollover right there. Yes, family loving and hopping into the stream there. There's I Am Betty J Gathers right there. She did an interview a few months ago. And Tiffany's been featured on dozens of other channels. This is the first thing I noticed about this creator when she started coming into the TuberChat live streams. And lots of family togetherness. We see that there. And Tiffany is somebody who is incredibly supportive as well. Now a moderator on this channel, but seeming to be everywhere all the time. Great to see they've got a Happy New Year's banner on the channel as well. And a lot of creators are doing that. It's good to see a bit of a refresh here and there. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I say it all the time, especially lately because of Vlogmas, but you got to hand it to anybody who can do a daily series of videos no matter what time of year it is, right? If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Hilda DC, another dear friend. She's been with us from pretty much the beginning as well. She is a beloved and dedicated moderator here and known as one of the most encouraging creators that I personally have met in the 7 years that I've been on YouTube. She is somebody who cares deeply about the YouTube journey, about her community and those of us in the TuberChat family. As a matter of fact, there's a little bit of a back and forth here. If you ever wondered why is it that TuberChat, or Kevin, you know my name if you don't already know, why does he talk about some channels in certain ways, if you ever wanted to hear some of the stories or whatever. So something recently happened. I went on I Am Betty J Gathers channel for an interview conversation with her. She's been a dear friend since, over 4 years now as well. We know each other well, and it was an interesting conversation because we started to talk about some of the other channels and moderators and things like that. And there's a story I love telling about my friendship friendship with Hilda DC and how that started. And I told the whole story from beginning to end on I Am Betty J Gather's channel. That was interesting because Hilda DC did a live stream the other day, this one here, and that was a week and a half ago, and she reiterated the ideas that I was talking about, and briefly talked about our friendship as well, but for which I'm grateful. But Hilda DC is known as one of the most encouraging creators because she is a strong-willed creator who absolutely stands behind and beside her audience. Literally like stands up for others. And this creator will have positive affirmations flowing through all of her content, whether it's from the creator herself with encouragement and inspiration, or special effects on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case to help with that. She's working on 2,600 subscribers, and I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. This creator is also monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get to her channel. And Hilda DC is somebody who brings us a lot of cooking videos, a lot of taste test reviews. What she'll often do is compare or try different types of products that somebody like myself doesn't get to see. These special edition flavors of popular products that come out in the stores and this and that, and you get an idea of some of the cooking videos that are here as well. Shorts on the channel are here with 2,900, 6,200, and one over 47,000 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel. So she only live streams occasionally and posts occasionally. She's been a little more frequent lately. I think she's got a premiere coming up, right? Yeah, that's going to be tomorrow, right after Scratch and PPA's premiere. We've all been dear friends for a long time, but I know they have their own friendship as well, and are incredibly supportive of each other. So we'll get a chance to join both of them tomorrow when Pete comes on at quarter after 12 Eastern, and then Hilda DC will follow. He'll raid into her cooking video. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hilda DC. We'd love to push her towards the 2,600 subscribers she's thinking about. Judgment Day Mike Harper, good to see you in the house. Cruising Koozies is also here. And the Stock Explorer came in. Nora was actually doing something else tonight. I talk to Nora frequently outside of Tuber Chat. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for the extra generosity. I know I say it all the time. It's very easy to say, but I really do mean it when I say these things are absolutely unnecessary. While very much appreciated, but the Stock Explorer just gifted a membership. I know Judgment Day Mike Harper will be happy to have that. I'll put their channel on the wheel right now, which means we'll see them soon. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Let's take a break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes again. I'm going to play one more clip, last one for today. Our dear friend Mod6510 Models from the UK joined me for one of our episodes of the interview videos that are now listed in a playlist and as a podcast on the Tuber Chat channel. All of the videos are 1 hour to 2 hours long. Extremely informative because not every creator had the same things to say. What I can tell you though is that they've all been longtime friends of ours, literally in the Tuber Chat family in these live streams for years. They know exactly what we need to hear, considering the idea that they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat. Because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group. And there's other groups as well. If you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back, Mm-hmm. So always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, in a weekend and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat and and make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
There you go.
And so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that was, I think, 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here. And you've doubled that number. You're still growing now, so
it's very slow growth. Because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour, down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back. And now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back. But I needed the break. I really did. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep.
Definitely.
Improving over time.
Improvement is, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. It really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. It's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. Crystal Sparkle's got an interesting idea there. And thank you so much for the gifted memberships, by the way. She just gifted another handful. She's done that countless times before already. Extremely generous thing to have done. And what I'm going to do is put her channel up on the screen next. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. The Stock Explorer gifted a membership right before that as well, so I've got them on the screen now. So Crystal Sparkle's talking about doing a series of no fast food challenges, right? Or a challenge for the month of January. Somebody like me could benefit from that, because what happens is, even tonight, I admitted it when we started the stream, I think I'm not going to go, like I haven't even downloaded the McDonald's app, because every time they ask, are you collecting points? I collect points for everything. But I'm like, nope, because, you know, I'm expecting I'm not going to be here, like, ever again. I'm never coming to McDonald's again. I got to stop eating this stuff. And every week I'm there. I swear, it's literally become almost every week. And it's never intended. There's nothing wrong with McDonald's. You know, people make jokes and this and that. But I ended up there today. I was just out of time. I said I got to eat while I drive over to where, you know, I am now, my workplace. And there's really not that much of a choice, because it's become so easy. You know, for the time I spent in the drive-thru, I probably could have walked into a grocery store and grabbed something a little bit perceived as healthier, let's just say, but I end up doing it all the time. If somebody was to do that kind of a thing and challenge themselves and say, but listen, I'm making it public, you guys are going to have to be accountable, because people will, I promise you. You fold for 1 second, people are going to let you have it. But it would be cool doing a meal prep challenge for the month of January. Probably get a lot of views too, because a lot of people, we know, like, gyms are packed on January 1st for the whole month. People start dropping off in February. People stop dropping off in March. And that's how all the gyms and health centers make all their money, right? People pay for a year of gym membership, somebody like me, and then doesn't go, right? That kind of thing. But yeah, end up prepping a lot of meals on camera would be a good idea. I've been using ChatGPT every day. Simply Jen Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Let's go look for a second here. Let me pull it in another window, and I'm going to show you something before we look at the Stock Explorer, Nora's channel. I just want to show you this, because literally I use it every day. And I'll show you exactly what I did not too long ago. Not that I have done anything useful with this, but let me show you what you can do. Somebody like me, I don't enjoy being in the kitchen. I don't enjoy cooking. I get very upset with, you know, spend an hour in the kitchen making a meal, you spend 5 minutes eating it. And that's just a baloney excuse that I use. You know, some of you are probably rolling your eyes or laughing. I don't blame you, because it's ridiculousness. But it's my excuse for why I don't cook more than I do, which is barely ever. But let me show you what you can do. I need a no-cook 7-day meal plan, including breakfast. I probably don't even need to say this. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No cook 7-day meal plan, including breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We won't bother with snacks right now. Considering the need for weight loss, high blood pressure, which I don't have, but I'm close. High cholesterol, which I don't have, but I'm close. And watch what happens. ChatGPT, in a matter of literally less than 30 seconds, is going to come up with an incredibly, look at this, no added sugar, no added sodium, incorporate healthy fats, fiber-rich foods. It's going to give me a 7-day meal plan. And then you could just go as far as simply saying, you know, I don't, what did they put in there? Sunflower seeds or chia seeds? I saw in one of the things. Oh, I lost it here. There was one that's okay. Smoked salmon, right? Let's just say. And if you didn't like seafood or salmon or shellfish or any of that stuff, you could just say like, I don't like salmon. Which is not true. I eat salmon all the time, but I'll show you an example here. Now, it's going to let me give you the revised plan, and it does the whole thing again. And look at this. All stuff that you do not need to cook. Now, oatmeal, okay, anybody can add water to a thing of oatmeal, right? Smoothie with almond milk. I guess, in fairness, you're not really cooking. But this is an example. Now, ChatGPT is not perfect. But this is something I promise you I use every day because you could just talk to it like a person. And the reason why is because if you were to do a Google search, right? So I'll do it right now. No cook meal plan 7 days. Now watch what happens. Now I get a bunch of search results and websites. I got to go look through each of them. And this is what we've been doing for the last 30 years, but 40 years almost. Let's just say we got to go through these. We got to figure these out, see what we like, see what we don't like. Whereas ChatGPT just does it all for you. This is how the world is going to change, and it's starting already. People are not going to be using things like Yahoo and Google. I know nobody uses Yahoo, but you know what I mean. Google and whatever Microsoft is calling their thing now. I forget, Bing, and a couple of other things. Instead, ChatGPT and other services like that are going to do a consolidation for you in a matter of seconds. So that's interesting. Yes, just Jason Keto and more. It's going to search off the web and likely is biased. When ChatGPT came out, they got really hammered by a lot of people over the bias in a lot of conversations. But that's a few different ideas. And then right alongside, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know I miss a lot of the conversation when I'm talking so much like that. But these are ideas. So, Kaiser Gaming YT, good to see you in the house. I don't want anybody to start using ChatGPT and thinking that I'm telling you it's the end-all, be-all. You know, Kevin seems to really like it. It's not that. I like to see how things work, and because the world is turning that way, I'm starting to use it every day. I use it for nonsense. I use it for looking stuff up. I look for ideas because I just want to see what it's going to say. And then sometimes I use it because it does say things that would be useful, let's just say, if that makes sense. When it comes to healthy eating and healthy living, somebody like Consume the Goodness, I am Betty J. Gathers, Just Jason Keto, and more, who are all in the chat right now, could do a better job of describing to everybody what I'm going to say. But the truth is, we all know, right? Don't use salt, don't use sugar, don't use all kinds of sauces all over everything, you know, and, try to eat things that are, perceived as healthier is even better than not healthier at all, let's just say, right? Brown bread instead of white bread, if you're going to eat bread at all, and things like that. Miss Canadian Scrapper, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And I'm the last person in the world who should be telling anybody what they should or shouldn't be eating. I promise you, I struggle with weight. I'm at my peak right now. I thought that my peak was going to be 250 until I looked at the scale one day. It was 260, and it doesn't seem to want to stop going. So I got to be really, really good, careful. And then there you go. So ChatGPT does good jobs with descriptions. Yes, actually, okay, forgive me. We'll do one more. And we'll talk about Nora's channel in a quick second here. But let me show you how I would write a description for a video. Now, let's just say I made a video about a keto-based diet or lifestyle, right? So this is exactly how I use ChatGPT for basically every video, both on my own channels and except for Superchat, and on the other channels that I run. So I say these exact words, and I'll copy this in the chat. Right? Lengthy. If I could spell. Which it doesn't matter. You can misspell, and it still knows what you're talking about. Keyword. Rich description of a let's say for a YouTube video about a keto-based diet and lifestyle. Doing this kind of off the cuff, right? Let me just copy what I just wrote, and I'm going to put it in the chat for everybody if you want to copy and paste that yourself. And let's see what it has to say. And look at the length of this description with lots of keywords included. Now, if you didn't want to have this extra formatting and stuff like that, you could just say plain text, no formatting. And it won't do the headings and bullet points and things like that. This is exactly what I do. If anybody sees like some of my latest videos and stuff like that, you'll know right away, oh wow, this guy's using AI for this, right? But this really helps. And then, yeah, it's giving you a few keywords at the bottom of it as well. But look at the size of that description. You know what it would take to write that? So this is just an idea, and then you can ask it to change it. Like, don't talk about disease. And then it just does it, right? You can speak to it like a person. You don't have to be polite. You can yell if you want to. But this is an example. So I just wanted to show everybody like how that can be used. Now, I'm paying for ChatGPT right now because you can make custom GPTs, and I thought that might be an idea. I use ChatGPT every single day, so I might continue paying for it, but I'm unsure. And then let's continue on now. So hopefully everybody found that helpful. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen. This is Nora. They gifted a membership earlier, so I've got their channel on the screen now. They're working on 2,300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. When we look at this channel, we know it's monetized, lots of ways to support Nora, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, this creator started by talking about stocks and a little bit of crypto. They do it in a level-headed and down-to-earth way with everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics. They talk about NFTs, options trading, and other ideas. This creator has really expanded the content on their channel over the last couple of years. They've been with us for well over 4 years now. A beloved and dedicated moderator, obviously. The Stock Explorer often has product in hand. I find it fun to go back and look over some of these older videos when they were talking about some of the stocks to see where they are now. And they've expanded, though, into a lot of lottery ticket scratching, and so much so that they've actually got a series now called Scratching with Strangers. And what they're doing here is literally meeting people for the first time and scratching lottery tickets with them. Lottery ticket scratching is a huge category and genre on YouTube, and we've got several channels in the Tuber Chat family that do this kind of thing. Nora's really doing well with this series, and they're coming out occasionally. This creator as well has got shorts, and this is where we see even more variety from this creator. Like most creators in the Tuber Chat family, bringing pure variety into the shorts, but getting into 27, 2800, 4200, and one over 12,000. That one still trickles in views. I remember when it was at 10, then got to 11, and now 12. Lots of live streaming as well. I don't know why the red line's not on this one. Maybe I just caught that and wasn't there the whole time. I'll put that in my catch-up list to replay. But Nora is sometimes on her own, talking about stocks or crypto, a lot of YouTube as well. Sometimes they got StreamYard panels with other guests, and a lot of times lately they're doing a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with other channels, which can be very exciting, very fast-paced as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer, and when we look at the bottom of their front page, we see another channel they've got here, Tropical Buzz, where they seek to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they are going to grow themselves. And I'll leave it to you to find that channel. But thank you again, the Stock Explorer, Nora, my dear, dear friend, for the gifted membership. Again, absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So Hugo Homestead picked up a gifted membership earlier, and I put them on the wheel. Design with Emma has also been added. I saw them come in. And then what did I miss from Kaiser Gaming YT here? Did I miss something that Chris said? That's Chris's Clever Craft with a special gaming channel. And forgive me if I'm missing anybody in the chat or anything anybody meant for me to see. Crystal Sparkle also gifted a handful of memberships. Again, they've done that countless times before. So thank you again, the Stock Explorer and Crystal Sparkle. I always put channels on the screen right away when those things happen. Superchatters and membership gifters, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Now, Crystal Sparkle was probably the most excited of anybody that I was noticing or hearing from in the Tuber Chat family about Vlogmas. They also participated in this, and you can see I saw some of the videos, not all. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list like usual. And like I keep saying, you got to hand it to anybody who could do a daily series of videos. So now Crystal Sparkle's talking about the idea of possibly doing a challenge for January where they might do some 3-minute shorts videos. So I'll be looking forward to that. Crystal Sparkle has done a lot of variety in the Vlogmas series, but this creator typically takes us out to conventions where there are live performances, a lot of cosplay, some charity auctions, a lot of My Little Pony theme, as a matter of fact, and then sometimes other outdoor travel adventures. Crystal Sparkle as well has got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 3,100, 3,300, 18,000 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. I'm just going to set the notification. They've got one coming up on New Year's Day, so that'll be interesting to see. Hopefully I'll catch you for that. Oh, you're going to do it right before, right after New Year's. Am I mistaken? Oh, actually, no, maybe not. Yes, because they're in the next time zone from me. I'm over in Niagara Falls in Toronto, Ontario. So they'll be just before New Year's. They'll be starting before New Year's. So that'll be cool. That's one thing that I forget. But now that we have, YouTube as an idea for the last however many years it's been, it's getting on closer to 20 years now, right? But, we can see New Year celebrations for every time zone, which is kind of cool. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crystal Sparkle, and this is obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They haven't even been with us for a year yet, but they are one of the most interactive channels, if that makes sense. It's not the right way to put it, but a creator who always engages in true conversation here in the Tuber Chat family. Always is inspiring, motivating, and brings positivity, for which I'm grateful. Another creator who does the same thing is I Am Betty J Gathers, and I hope she's still in the chat right now. I'm not sure if she is, but we'll look at her channel either way. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. When we look at I Am Betty J Gathers, we see a creator. Actually, give me 1 second, then we'll talk about this channel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then I Am Betty J Gathers. Now, I talked about this channel a couple times already. When we look at their live streams in particular, you'll see many creators that we recognize, but you're also going to see some creators that we haven't already seen before. Now, there's Crystal Sparkle, who we just saw in her thumbnail. I did an interview with I Am Betty J Gathers a few weeks ago. There it is right there. I was talking about this earlier because this is where I talk about a few different channels, including our moderators. And then there's Trish the Natural. There's a few other familiar faces here, and she'll introduce us to a couple channels we don't already know from the Tuber Chat family. I Am Betty J Gathers has been with us from the beginning. She's been with us for about 4.5 years now. And this creator is working on 2,600 subscribers. And they have also been monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Now, I Am Betty J Gathers is somebody who talks about healthy eating, healthy living. Intermittent fasting is something she talks about frequently. She was doing a lot of vlogging for a while, and she's going to be bringing new content in the new year, as we'd expect. But this creator does a lot of live streaming as well. What you'll find in the conversations here, first of all, she talks about living her best life over 60, but this creator is also I find that all of her content can relate to anybody, but she cares very deeply about the YouTube journey and her fellow YouTubers, those of us in the Superchat family. And this creator is, somebody who's always inspiring, always motivating, always encouraging. When we look at shorts on the channel, we're going to see something particularly special here as well. Not often do we see a creator who does talking head shorts videos like this, at least in the Tuberchat family, that gets into 10,000 views and beyond on several of these. Now, she's got a couple more at 12,000 and 15,000. One of the interesting things about I Am Betty J Gathers is that she has literally done 1 year of shorts videos without missing a day. 365 shorts in 365 days. Now, one of the things that I have to admit that I have heard from I Am Betty J Gather several times over the years is the idea of being a moderator here on this channel. And I talk about moderators frequently. As a matter of fact, I talked about it in detail on this conversation on her channel 3 weeks ago, how I look at moderators, how we think about moderators on this channel, how I think about moderators for other channels and things like that. And I Am Betty J Gathers has said many times that she would love to be a moderator on the Tuberchat channel. The only reason why I don't add many more moderators is because it's really not necessary here. YouTube has really given us a few extra tools that help with moderator duties, right? I don't need everybody to remind everybody else to follow me on, Instagram and Twitter and everything else, because Nightbot can do it. Right? And I know how to use that stuff. Obviously, we all do. But when we talk about the idea of moderating itself, all of our moderators, especially that you see all the time, have been with us for 4.5 years. There's only a couple that have been with us for a year or two. Yeah, I don't even think so. I think everybody's been with us a couple years or longer, right, as a minimum. Most moderators have been here for like 4 years, and they were added in the first year. So not that it's, I don't want to go on about it for too long, but I Am Betty J Gathers is somebody who, is now, hopefully everybody will welcome her into the mod squad. Because I was just literally waiting. I was going to do it after the new year, but we're just about there. So, I Am Betty J Gathers has been incredible force. She talks about that in the interview as well. I hope everybody will watch this. I know not everybody can sit there and watch hours and hours and hours of live stream replays. We try to run a lot of them for each other, but when we can sit and watch, it's great. We can hear some of the interesting conversations people have. I know Nora, the Stock Explorer, likes the idea of live streams because you can get to know people that way, and we've heard that from many creators. But this particular conversation gives us a chance to get to know the way I Am Betty J Gathers thinks about YouTube, and the way that I think about it as well, and a lot of different aspects that I don't talk about here, on Tuberchat all the time. A Resilient Dad, good to see you in the house. And, our moderators here are extremely dedicated. I say it all the time. They all care very deeply about the Tuberchat audience, the channel, our family of creators here, as well as the YouTube journey at large, let's just say, if we want to put it that way. And they're here as often as they can be. So we just don't add 100 moderators because it's not necessary. But yeah, I'm happy to have I Am Betty J Gathers as part of that crew now. And Jose Fantasticville, good to see you in the house. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then, Scratch and Pete PA is talking about the idea with Consume the Goodness about moderators. And anybody could hear my long speech about it when you, if you want to go hear that about in the interview that I did with I Am Betty J Gathers there. But I think everybody should just be ready to have a couple of moderators if you're going to do live streams and things like that, just because trolls can come in and it's distracting. It throws the whole stream right off, and that's exactly what they want. If you know that you've got a couple of moderators that are there right now and paying attention and ready, then you don't have to worry about it. You can let the trolls do whatever they want in the chat. The moderators will take care of it, and you don't have to get distracted. Because even this 800 streams almost that we've done on this channel, I've done over 1,000 streams probably between different channels, and still I'll get distracted for a second and thrown off. Anything we can do to keep the flow going is great. But the other thing too, anybody can add me as a moderator if you would like to. I will always help when I'm there. And I try to support everybody as much as possible. You see me popping in and out of places. And you don't have to ask. You can just add me if you see me. I am, a resilient dad is a longtime friend as well, an incredibly generous supporter. 223 subscribers. They've got a bit of information on their About section here. They just post occasionally. They reset their channel occasionally as well. They've got a couple live streams here and a short for us, but hopefully everybody will connect with a resilient dad. We'll be ready for more content from them when they're ready to post it. And they've been a friend for a long time. It's me, Alec, is back in the house. Good to see you here again. Blessed Crochet is here. I've put them on the wheel. And look at this luck, actually. These channels that just came in are coming up on the wheel right away. We never know how long it's going to take. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, it's me, Alec. I haven't put you on the wheel yet, because I know you typically pop in and out pretty quickly, but I'll get you on there right now. But I'll probably shuffle it up again in a few more minutes. Blessed Crochet is up on the screen right now, and this is another creator who's here with us just about every day. They're working on 1,300 subscribers, monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're posting frequently. I can see I'm already behind, and I just caught a video 8 days ago. Let me put the latest video from today into my catch-up list. This creator is going to give us a lot of inspiration. Now, they talk about the idea of crochet on the channel, but it's actually much more about conversation and connection over here, as well as creativity, as they say on their About section. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see more inspiration and motivation in some of the latest ones. Pardon me, I'm clicking the wrong things here. This is what I'm talking about. And then when we get into some of the popular ones with more variety, they've gotten into 9,000, 10,000 views on a couple of these. And then live streams are frequent, so they actually streamed, I think, every day for the month of January. Pardon me, I'm turning the notifications off here. We set notifications on all the live streams and premieres we see, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. That's just to give us the best chance of actually catching each other, and in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So yeah, they still got a few streams to go. Tomorrow, the next 2 tomorrow, actually, and then they're going to do New Year's Day the day after that, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Blessed to Crochet, and I will spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is up on the screen right now, and it's interesting. I said it earlier in the stream. We all know that we couldn't always see a lot of cruising and travel content. There was a couple of years there, and I'm talking about a few years ago. You know what I'm talking about. We weren't able to see anything at all because travel, and especially cruising, were just not happening. But right after that came this influx of a very passionate group of travel and cruising based channels and creators. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising has been one of these. She's been with us, I believe, a couple of years now. And this creator's working on 1,200 subscribers. They're monetized. They're going to bring us a lot of cruising talk more than anything else. I didn't realize they were doing Vlogmas too. So I see that you've done quite a few Vlogmas videos, which is interesting to see. And some of this, actually, these Vlogmas videos give us a different look into somebody's life. Like Crystal Sparkle was a perfect example. But I'm going to grab one of your latest videos here. So this is a Merry Christmas video. But I also see you had Sea Legs Journey and Controversial Cruising in a video here. The Real Hidden Cost of Cruising. That is probably a really great, informative piece of content to watch for anybody who's going to go on a cruise. Because, you know, it's one thing to think about how much does the cruise cost, but you have to be very clear about what's included, what's not included, and the things you're going to have to look at that are not included that you might want once you get there, let's just say, or need for that matter. But Elisa's Adventures in Cruising does a lot of live streaming as well. We'll look at the shorts for a second, getting into 1700, 1800, 26 and 2800. Lots of friendship there with Sea Leg Journeys, but collaborating is something that Elisa's Adventures in Cruising has always done, both on other channels and she's had people on hers, obviously. But that's a great way to grow your channel quickly and organically. Every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're all but guaranteed a good handful of subscribers. So hopefully everybody will connect with Elisa's Adventures in Cruising, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And Izzy Ska is coming up onto the wheel as well. And then Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is going to be the next channel that we look at. Let's go for a break for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back.
Are you out there grinding, day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first 1,000 subs to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Superchat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, as another creator who's been with us for about 4.5 years as well. Now, I can't remember, of course, how long every single channel has been with us and how long some of our friendships have gone on. But I just like to recognize them once in a while when I can, off the top of my head, think about how long it's been. And I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. The idea behind mentioning how long some of the creators here have been with us is really because I hope to instill inspiration, if that makes any sense, for anybody who's a little bit newer to understand. We already know for sure. We've been through this for years. There are creators who are willing to support you years into the future. As soon as you meet them, right? If all the generous creators on YouTube could just meet each other and support each other, wouldn't it be a wonderful thing? So we only need a small percentage of the 50 million channels and more that are out there, but we definitely have enough to give everybody a strong and solid foundation. Now, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has been able to pull a really neat trick here in the Superchat family, because even though they've been here for 4.5 years now, their support in this community and for this channel have increased over the years. That is a really tough thing, because the more channels that we start following, and this goes for everybody, the harder it is going to be to support everybody as much as we all might like. You literally can't be there every day for everyone, although, you know, we all do as much as we can, and I promise you, as long as we do that, everybody will be just fine. When we look at, you know, some creators like Scratch and PPA, nor the Stock Explorer, you know, and a lot of creators that I mention all the time here, they literally seem to be everywhere all the time supporting other creators. And Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has been that kind of supporter to all of us. Hopefully everybody will connect with her, push her towards the 2,200 subscribers she's thinking about. This creator's got a brand new video. They just put this out yesterday. I didn't realize that I missed one. I'll put this in my catch-up list. And Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is actually going to unbox a lot of different things. So occasionally she will unbox something like a monthly subscription service, but a lot of what she's doing is a mix between jewelry, occasionally stationery, a lot of crafting and journaling, sometimes snacks, and sometimes other surprises. When we look at her shorts videos, we get an idea of some of the things that are found in her unboxing videos, because she's got jewelry here, snacks there, stationery there, bath and beauty products are here, and there's some popular names in some of the things that she's gotten. A lot of Happy Mail on the channel as well. We've seen a bit of that, and occasionally live streams. She's usually on once every month or two. She'll probably do another one again not too long in the new year, so we'll be waiting for that. As long as we got notification bells on for every channel, we should be able to catch each other. When we look at Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, like I said, we see somebody who's here with us just about every single day. And pardon me, what was I just going to say? She was looking at some of her thumbnails here. I use Superchat on dark mode. You know what the reason is? Just in case you ever wondered why I use it this way. The tiniest bit is because it doesn't make the screen quite as bright for my camera when it's on, but also because I literally am flipping around a handful of different accounts. You can see this here between my own channels, ones that I run and ones that I experiment with. I actually use different browsers and different modes so that I can clearly remember, like, hey, I'm not going to make a mistake and put the wrong video on the wrong channel and things like that. And I've done a little bit of that over the last 7 years. I make as many mistakes as anybody, but these are just examples. But Jesse Miller Unboxings and More cares very much about presentation on the channel, and the idea behind like dark mode and light mode. We have to consider people are looking at our content in phones, tablets, browsers. You know, a lot of people were probably not happy when YouTube decided to put rounded corners on everything a year or two ago, because a lot of creators had square frames around their thumbnails and stuff like that, and then that would change the look of everything. So it's just an idea. But yeah, like even using light mode on the thing, it probably won't matter for today where I am right here. pardon me, but if I put on light mode for YouTube, it might like flesh out the camera just that tiny little bit. So I use dark mode for just about everything. The other thing too, obviously, you know, I'm wearing glasses. My vision's not fantastic. I joke about it all the time, but when I was a young kid going through school and this and that, we're literally talking 40 years ago, my glasses were literally like Coke bottles, the thickest of everybody. And I believe my vision is somewhere around 20/20 in one eye, but only 17/20 or 20/17 in the other eye. And what that means is that for anybody who doesn't already know, I'm no authority, I promise you, but my understanding is that for somebody like myself, if I was to close my right eye and just look with my left, I would misjudge, because something that is 17 feet away from me looks 20 feet away. You know, and that's kind of the way that works. But I am on so much, you know, my eyes are sometimes even burning. I literally have to take a break from being online, just get some fresh air and get away from the computer for a second, because I'm on sometimes 12 hours a day or longer. But I do love it. You know, it's my happy place, and as sick and twisted as that might be, it is the case. But I'm using dark mode more and more for most things. Judgment Day Mike Harper's up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, I allergies as well. Scratching PPA mentioning that I got allergy. I'm allergic to everything, and one of the things is dust. I've been doing some moving around of like furniture and all kinds of stuff over the last month, and yeah, that gets to me like crazy. You know, I got really upset. I wasn't wearing glasses for many years. I don't have to wear them. I don't need them for driving and stuff like that. It's not quite that bad. But I do find myself starting to have a little bit of trouble when I'm reading credit cards, like the back of credit cards or like menus in restaurants. It's really the light more than anything, but I have to, you know, I'm better off wearing glasses for that. But it was funny because as soon as I started wearing glasses regularly, because I wear them all the time now, my vision seemed to get worse faster. Now, I have to be wrong about that, but I wonder, right? I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but you know what I mean. So I got to go like, you know, they want you in there every year. I insist on going like every 2 years. No, Gloria's platter, you're the one thing I'm not allergic to. And certainly her cooking and things like that. If you've ever seen Gloria's Platter's channel, I would feel awful for anybody who's allergic to anything she's got there, because she does a great job. Judgment Day Mike Harper's up on the screen right now. This creator's going to bring us a lot of movie reviews, more than anything else, a chance to get to know this creator. They do a lot of live streaming too. I'm just going to take the latest video. They put this out last week, but I haven't seen it yet. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. They got shorts over here as well. Some of these have started to move now. 1,400, 2,100 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Like I said, they're on usually frequently, so it seems like at least once a week we get a chance to get to know Michael Harper. And this creator's got another channel literally called Michael W. Harper. And when we look at this second channel, we see more DVD reviews more than anything else. Another chance to get to know Michael Harper. He's got a lot of information on the About section of the main channel, but over here he's working on his first 100 subscribers as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 400 and on the way towards 500 views. Live streams on the channel, he's done a few of these up to a few months ago, but he's really focused on the main channel there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Judgment Day Mike Harper. He's another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel going on. I don't know if allergies are what, you know, truly affected by like weather and things like that, but I, you know, think so. And in Canada, my dear goodness, in southern Ontario, around Toronto and Niagara Falls, so we've literally, our temperature just went back up to almost 10 degrees. So that would be 52, somewhere around 50 degrees. Let's just say some of the time this past week. At night, it might get back to freezing, but we had snow. And to give you an idea of Christmas around Toronto, we don't always know that it's going to be snow at Christmas, right? We don't always have a white Christmas. A lot of years, we're literally looking out the window on Christmas Eve, hoping it will snow. My uncle reminds me of a story. He's in Atlanta now, but the last time he came to Toronto for Christmas, he said, yeah, it snowed on Christmas Eve. It was almost like a little miracle. This year's different. We had snow several days before Christmas, and it stayed cold enough that the snow did not melt. But right after Christmas, now all the snow has melted, it's gone. And that's it, so we'll be waiting for the next snowfall. Now nobody's going to want snow, because we don't want to shovel it and drive through it and things like that. Izzy Ska is coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, these look like a bit of a cool idea here. Izzy Ska has always been known for elaborate banners, avatars, thumbnails on their videos. They just mentioned in the chat they've done a couple of different shorts videos the last couple of days. A lot of us have seen these Find the Difference things. Lots of people play those as mobile games and this and that. They mix up the variety in their shorts, sometimes with animation and music to go along with it. They got a different Happy Holidays video here. I'll put this into my catch-up list. That's a little different for this channel. Usually they do 3-minute videos or somewhere thereabouts. But they let us know on their About section, even though they've reset and restarted their content a while back, that now they intend to bring us talk about digital art and design, both with tutorials and listing the tools that we need to make some of the detailed illustrations and things we might be thinking about. They give us a lot of information about that on their About section. New Horizons Above and Beyond. Forgive me, I don't think I said hello to you. I know you've been here for like the whole stream, in and out. And then Izzy Ska is working on 1,700 subscribers. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And yeah, I forgot to mention it today, but thank you for mentioning that. When we talk about the idea possibly of subscribers, if that's what you're mentioning, is that we had a yeah, I'm not sure if that's what everybody's talking about. There's a glitch that's gone on again right before Christmas, and it could be continuing today. Lots of creators are letting me know that they've lost a lot of subscribers. I lost 24 on my personal channel all in one day. YouTube does this to us all the time, and that's a major purge that usually happens a few times a year. But typically we know YouTube plays games with our subscribers. That's why it's so important for us to follow the instructions that we have in our video description, where we watch a video of 3 minutes. Longer would be better, or more than one would be even better. But we also leave a meaningful, genuine comment, and I recommend 3 or 4 sentences. Really let YouTube know that you want to be subscribed to that channel. You notice that every channel I put on the screen here in Superchat is always subscribed. Rarely does somebody lose a subscription after I connect to them, because I do exactly what we talk about here as a minimum always, which is watch a video that's at least 3 minutes long, usually much longer. Sometimes I will, like within no time, get back to watching either another video, or we could always put 1 or 2 into a playlist, let that run and show YouTube we cared so much that we went back for seconds already. Now, once in a while there'll be a glitch and this and that, but almost never you see a channel on the screen here where it's been unsubscribed. And then when we look at Izzy Ska, we also see live streams. They're live frequently. The conversation could go anywhere here. Sometimes they're on for hours. Look at this, almost 4 hours, one of these live streams. That's frequent. So, yeah, I'm saying every day. It's every 2-3 days. But I've caught them many times for that as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And then, yeah, so Just Jason Keto and More has been with me for some of the things that I've done on my personal channel where I had like explosive growth for a very brief period. All legitimate, all organic, but I was chasing some newsworthy content a few years ago, and I got a lot of news chasers to come along. So they were there for that content but never stayed for anything else. So I have a channel now that's got 10,000 subscribers, or 9,995 today. But 7,000 of those subscribers really don't come around for a lot of the other content. So my channel performs as if it has about 3,000 subscribers, something like that, as an idea. Huga Homestead is up on the screen. This is another friend who's been with us from the beginning. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. When we look at, did we look at create and relate again? Did I do this before? I think I did this in the last stream. I couldn't remember that we looked at that channel. Yeah, I did. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. You want to hear the ironic thing about it? Is it was on December 22nd, which happens to be my birthday, right? So that was last week. If I go in my analytics, it's that day that 24 subscribers disappeared. And I think it's so funny because my imagination tells me that YouTube probably was recommending videos to subscribers in the recommendation engine that might say like birthday stream, right, from a few years ago, and a few people said like, okay, forget this guy, I don't watch his stuff anymore, or it's just a purge. If I hadn't heard from a couple of other creators that they've had heavy losses this week, then I would think that it was a targeted thing, but I think it's a glitch. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. I did the same thing last time. Create and Relate just dropped a super chat, and thank you again. I really do appreciate that. We looked at that channel earlier in the stream, and I think they did the same thing last time. Yeah, it was so funny. It's so funny. Thank you, Create and Relate, for that. Yeah, I know Jesse Miller will think that's funny because we are to a point, because we've been friends like all this time. Jesse Miller's like an OG here in the Superchat family. Scratch and PPA, like all we could do is shake our head and laugh. I don't know if he loses subscribers like we do when we have these purges, but my goodness, if this is not a headache over the last 4 or 5 years. Hugo Homestead is up on the screen. We actually learned something before we even get into the content here. If you head into their About section, they let us know this word Hygge, Hygge, means cozy, peaceful home in Danish. And I think I forgot to do it. I saw a book in a store, I think, a book somewhere that said cozy, peaceful home, or something like that, and it was literally like the Hygge lifestyle or something like that. Really, really cool. So they're teaching us before we even get there. Hygge Homestead is another OG here. They've been with us probably 4 years. They bring homesteading, and what I have found from them, especially catching a live stream, is very calm and relaxing. When I've been on this channel, they got some videos that kind of come along that same description, if you want to put it that way. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 1,400, 1,500, 1,600 views. I think I'm thinking of a premiere, and it's like from forever ago, so I'll never find it if I'm going to look for it. But this creator obviously is going to bring us a lot of homesteading style content, and then they're in the Midwest. But they let us know here as well. Gardening, rabbits, chickens, canning, prepping, simple life, cooking, and friendly talk. And that's likely what I'm talking about more than anything else. It's been a while since they dropped that premiere, I think. Let's spin the wheel. Yes, there you go, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. I only started using that term this year. I know people have been using that term forever. It sounded weird to me when it first came out. OG as an original. But yeah, it's getting more popular as time goes on. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So It's Me Alex got a few different channels there. You'll find them when you search for It's Me Alec. Let me just put the link for this one because this one can be tough to find. There we go. This creator's at 150 subscribers right now. They post really random content more than anything else. But typically they will do a lot of live streaming. They've cut some videos from these. And StreamYard panels are frequent. There's some familiar faces there. Rosie Wren is on the chat, I think, there. And if we dig through a few of these, we'll see some friends that we recognize. Will be introduced to a lot of channels. The conversation can go anywhere when it comes to It's Me Alec, and they've been on a couple of days ago again. This creator is extremely enthusiastic, and they've been with us for years as well. It's Me Alec makes occasional appearances, but another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then let's look at Design with Emma. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And thank you, It's Me Alec. Like I said, they've got a few different channels. We can look for those when we look for this creator, but they've been with us a long time as well. Design with Emma is going to talk to us about interior design, and they're actually going to even take us shopping. Not all of their videos are based around budget, but they will help us save some money while we're looking for some of the things that might complete some of the looks we're thinking of, whether it's our home, our workplace, or other ideas. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, and that's that playlist I keep talking about to help me keep caught up with them. They've done quite a few videos recently in the last couple weeks, which is great to see. Shorts on the channel feature some of the items that they talk about in their design videos, but then as well they've got a bit of variety here. 22,000, 33,000, one at 88,000, which is great to see. They're monetized already, if I didn't already say that. And they've got some live streams up to 2 weeks ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I don't know if I've caught Design with Emma for a live stream ever yet, which is shocking because they've been with us a couple years by now as well. But hopefully I'll catch you for one. Working on 3,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for hours every time we stream. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. We always get to as many as we can. We're just slightly over time today. We're going to be back again in a couple of days. I can't remember for the life of me what day I set to stream for, but it's published on the Tuber Chat front page. I think we're expecting to be on Thursday, and I think we're expecting to be on Sunday again. But either way, we'll make sure that those are updated by tomorrow morning. On the front page, if I have to move them, I think they're set. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed the holidays. I know they're still continuing. New Year's Eve tomorrow, exciting for everyone. I will not be doing any panels. I will not be streaming for the next 2 days, but I will try to catch everybody as much as possible. I should have just as much computer time as I usually do while I enjoy some family time myself. So Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you to our moderators, including our newest member, I am Betty J. Gathers, and we'll see everybody again soon. Happy New Year, everyone. Bye-bye.